So let's take a look at the starters for the Denver Nuggets. Brown at the 2, Johnson at the 3. Gordon and Jokic, the inside combo. And it's Murray in at the 1. And for Boston, Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Now here's Murray. Jokic up top. Pass to Brown. Back to Jokic. Blocked! And here we go, the Celtics on the run. And the basket by Brown.
I tell you, when Brown is running like that, it's hard to stop him. This guy is superb at beating defenders up the floor.
Outside Johnson. Takes a 3. Hauled in by Brown. White against Brown. And there's White. That's good on the assist from Brown.
This, to me, is Derek White's sweet spot. That mid-range game is on point.
Murray deciding where to go with it. Shoots. Good on the jump shot.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Brown passes to Hauser. Now here's Tatum. This one for 3. And he buries his first look.
The ability for Jason Tatum to be ready on the catch. Those opportunities make the game a little bit easier.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him about Nikola Jokic and what makes him such a difficult matchup for defenses, and he said his versatility. He's a capable scorer and a fantastic passer. We have to be wary of his scoring and distribution with him, and that's not easy. Let's see how things unfold in this one. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Now here's Hauser. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Pass to White. Launches it. And it's Denver with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Denver.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Now here's Murray. 26 points for him last game against Memphis.
And let's talk about his passing, guys. Let's remember he also did an excellent job of finding guys in their right spots.
And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one-of-a-kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Some breakthrough contributions for the Nuggets from Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. Grant elevating their games.
But at the same time, Denver's depth has been a concern. You know, BA, we know what Jokic can do, but he needs help to win another ring.
Free throw drops for Johnson. And Doris, very disciplined are the Celtics at the defensive end of the floor.
And BA, they do something that great defensive teams do. They limit their fouls. They don't gamble for steals. They try to give up one contested shot. At the rim, it's all about verticality.
And Johnson drops them both.
This is definitely not the guy to foul. He loves getting to the free throw line.
Hauser outside. Gordon against Tatum. Launches a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, initially underestimated, Jokic has grown into a truly exceptional talent. We talk about modern bigs, but he's probably more like the big man of the future.
knocks down the first one. And Jokic drops them both. And his teams run through the finish line of the season, Grant. There must be a certain amount of reflection happening.
For teams that are out of it, they might start that process now. But who has time for that if you're playoffs bound?
Here's Tatum. Rebounded by Denver.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Pass to Murray. Jokic with a screen on White. The deep three from Murray. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Murray's gotten his third basket of the night. Brown against Brown. Brown passes to Hauser. Three-pointer off the mark. The Nuggets trail. Now Jokic. 14 points his last outing. On the wing, Murray. And there are the Nuggets with another bucket.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Outside, Brown. Outside, Tatum. Back to Brown. 4-3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Brown's got 5.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is looking. Taking a look at Boston, with great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference.
Well, for the Celtics, they've established themselves as a legit team this year. But you can tell they want to get higher up in the standings if possible, and specifically securing home court advantage for the first round.
Outside Brown. Gordon outside. Denver moving it around. Three-pointer. The shot by Brown, no good.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
White finds Brown. Tatum, a screen on Brown. Brown with it. He's picked up by Brown. And Jaylen Brown gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Nuggets trail by 3. And here's Brown. Still without a bucket. Murray from outside. Tatum pulls it in. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. White can't hit. Tatum against Murray. Here's Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
Powerful stuff from the Joker. The defense doesn't want any of that, and I don't blame them.
White, the pass to Hauser. And a miss there on the triple.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Jokic. Here's the floater. And Brown with the basket on the assist by Jokic.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Boston has gone 4 of 8 from outside in this first quarter. And there's a pick. And here's Brown for 3. Drains the triple. Brown's got 8.
Jaylen Brown with the immediate answer from three-point territory. Yes, sir.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Murray. The three ball. The shot, no good. For Boston, they've gotten 7 of their first 12 shots to go. Gordon with it, picked up by Tatum. Gordon outside. Murray finds Jokic. Back to Murray. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. All right, now we have a moment. Here are the most efficient teams from range over the past month. Number 1, Denver.
Yeah, boy, they've been hot from 3 this past month. That's what happens when you have good shooters who get into a good rhythm.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Nikola Vucevic, he's coming in for Kata. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Jason Tatum. And then for Denver, Watson comes in for Gordon. And it's Brown in for Murray. Hauser outside. Back to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
Yeah, they wanted to win the physical battle in that game, and they did. Their rebounding numbers really paint the picture.
That control of the boards, I felt, fed their offense. There were a ton of second chances, a lot of confidence their bigs could dominate the glass.
Here's Brown, following that last three-pointer by Denver. Outside White. Vucevic, a screen on Brown. White with it. He's against Watson. Here's Hauser. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Hauser's got his second bucket on the night.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Boston with some changes. Walsh is checked in for Hauser. Shireman comes in for Brown. And then for Denver, Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jokic. Hardaway comes in for Brown. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Johnson. The Nuggets have gone 7 of 14 and looking in control. Jones, the pass to Valanciunas. Over Vucevic. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
When Valanciunas forces the issue like that, he is really tough to handle. He does a good job drawing contact.
First free throw is good. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028. Couldn't put them in the lead, but at least does enough to tie it up.
Nice ball movement by Boston. White for 3. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field.
Boy, not his best quarter. He's trying to break through.
Here's Pickett. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Pass to Hardaway. Now Watson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Denver shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. He's off on the first. And Grant, David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. his whole life has led him to this.
Najee, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Second free throw, no good. The Celtics have got 8 of 15 shots to go. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. Just 4 to shoot. Pritchard from outside. And it's Denver with a rebound. Outside Hardaway. Brown with it, guarded by Vucevic. Here's Najee. And it's off from three-point range. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. The Nuggets have gotten used to success. Nikola Jokic said, quote, "Winning is a lifestyle for us. It's really good when you're winning. Everybody's happy. Everybody wants to play. Everybody is buying into the system. I was here when we were losing, so I do not want to go back to that." Back to you.
They're good with him in the lineup. All right, Allie, thank you. Here's Valanciunas following the bucket by Boston. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Oh, efficient scoring in the post, just one of the reasons Valanciunas is out there.
Pritchard against Brown. Pass to Gonzalez. And here's Pritchard. The three. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis. Hardaway from outside. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Celtics lead by 3. Gonzalez passes to Pritchard. Pass to Shireman. Back to Pritchard. From deep. Watson with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Brown gets the bucket.
I'll tell you guys, sometimes it feels like Bruce Brown prefers to score through contact. He loves those kinds of challenges.
So it's Boston now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Outside Pritchard. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. Rejected by Valanciunas.
Heads-up defensive play by Jonas Valanciunas. The alert, the aware, the always ready to send it back.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. And a switch here also for Denver. Jones is checked in. Here's Shireman. Again, the miss by Boston. The Nuggets trail. Outside Jones. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hardaway from outside. Drills it from deep.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. is known as a scorer. Knocks down the long-distance look right there.
Pritchard with it. 23 points for him last game against New York. Picked by Vucevic. Pass to Tatum. With 2 seconds left. And the layup is good. Tatum's got 8.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
It's been all about Jaylen Brown for Boston. Impacting the game in a number of ways. The man is relentless. Back to the game after this break. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
On the court for Denver, they've got Tim Hardaway. Hayden Watson is out there with Bruce Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. Now here's Murray. Crafty move. Oh, Murray rising up.
Yeah, how about the handles right there for Murray? I mean, that was filthy.
Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and, of course, that killer mentality.
The three from Valanciunas. Boston pulls it in.
Well, you can see they are willing to absorb some of these open shots from this guy because, obviously, another miss here.
Outside Pritchard takes the three. Unable to get that one. And so it's Valanciunas who brings up the ball for Denver, trailing by 2. Murray passes to Watson. Now Valanciunas. 14 points for him last game against Memphis.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side. Another reason why they're up, just taking what the defense giving him here.
And the basket by Shireman.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Nuggets have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Pass to Watson. Pritchard against Murray with the teardrop. Murray with a physical finish.
We've seen this before from Murray. In big games, too, a dynamic scorer.
Outside Pritchard. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Here's Brown. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Boston has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. Tatum passes to Vucevic. Outside Pritchard for 3. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Pritchard's got his second basket on the night.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And it's Tatum missing.
Boy, after dropping 2 triples in the first quarter, he hasn't hit another yet.
Pritchard against Murray. Murray gets it done inside.
Skilled finish by Murray. He can score inside and outside, really anywhere on the court.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Shireman. Jokic is checked in for Denver. Pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. It's Brown on the wing. Brown with the steal. For 3, Hardaway. Tatum pulls it in.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Outside, Brown. There's the triple. Rebounded by Denver. And here's Hardaway. 13 points in the win against Memphis. Here's Murray. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. Vucevic finds White. Now here's Pritchard, defended by Watson. And the shot's good. Pritchard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Derek White does a little bit of absolutely everything for this team, and what I love the most, his ability to pass it at a high level.
Now here's Jokic. He's a tough guy to check, averaging almost 28 points a game. Outside Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Murray slicing in. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Murray's got 20 points.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Outside White. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Wide open. And it's Boston scoring again. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave a team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Hauser, he's checked in for Pritchard. And then for Denver, Johnson, he's checked in for Brown. And it's Christian Brown in for Hardaway. Boston's gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Hauser outside. Back to Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Now here's Vucevic. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Let's check in on the real numbers. The top offenses in the real NBA. Number 1, Denver.
We knew the scoring talent on this team would be tremendous, but they may have even exceeded our own expectations.
Cadis checked in for Boston. And a switch here also for Denver. Gordon's checked in. For Denver, they've gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Jokic with a screen on White. Murray from outside. There it is. Murray buries the 3.
Defensively, the last thing you want is for Murray to get hot from beyond the arc.
Hauser outside. Lets it go from deep. Gets the 3 to fall. Hauser's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Brown. 14 points for him last game against Memphis. Jacks up a 3. Kept alive by Boston. Hauser passes to Tatum. There's the 3. Hauser, that's good. Hauser's got 6 in the quarter.
They're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
Outside Brown. Pass to Jokic. Now here's Murray. Shoots over White. Murray's shot is good. Murray's got 25 points in the game.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
It's Brown on the wing. Guarded by Brown with the spin. Oh, clear the deck. Jaylen Brown.
Well, at 6'7", this is a forward Jaylen Brown who handles it well, cuts his way right through the defense.
Back to Murray. Denver moving it around. Outside Brown. Fires from deep. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Back to Tatum. It's Tatum working inside.
Boy, this guy has been absolutely outstanding this quarter. You love what he's doing out there right now.
And he's going for the oop here. And Gordon with the big finish.
Aaron Gordon showing he can jump out of the gym. How about that alley-oop?
Pass to Keita. Here's Tatum, defended by Gordon. Tatum, good. Tatum's got 18 points in the game.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Outside Johnson. Back to Murray. Fires the 3. Drops in the 3. And he's got 28 now.
His 3rd shot from downtown this quarter. 4 for the game.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Brown, he's checked in for Denver. Boston leading by 4. Outside Pritchard. Back to Brown. Hauser outside. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Denver. Now here's Brown. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. Shot is good by Gordon.
You see, before you could give Aaron Gordon a cushion from deep. At this point, though, he has honed that part of his arsenal.
Pass to Queta. Outside Pritchard. The 3 is up. Buries it from 3. He's got 11.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Jokic with a screen on Brown. Johnson with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. Now Brown. Gordon outside. It's Brown on the wing. And another 3 for Denver.
Well, that's a big-time answer by Bruce Brown, staying locked in.
Brown against Johnson. 1:41 left in the first half of this one. Johnson against Brown. Here's Queta. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Knicks in New York.
And also impressive, his work on the glass. He was tenacious and relentless.
Here's Brown. After the basket by Boston. Gordon outside. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
White, the pass to Hauser. Back to White. Pass to Pritchard from the arc. And it's Denver with a rebound. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, Brown. Here's Gordon. Here's Jokic. Oh, that's too easy for Jokic when he gets inside position.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
Pritchard, the pass to White. And here's Hauser. Gordon with a steal. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Brown scanning the floor. Pass to Jokic. Gordon outside from behind the arc. From deep, Johnson can't get it to drop. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Celtics. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down. And let's do something we never, ever, ever do, and that's go off topic.
What topic?
So we don't have a topic, Shaq?
Isn't that a topic, being off topic?
Well, that was more no topic than off topic, but that's all the time we have for this topic, thankfully. Now moving on to the Boston Celtics and the close first half they played.
Sometimes it takes everyone on your roster. Guys have to come in, play their roles, and execute.
Yeah, impressive performance by their second unit. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Jamal Murray.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. It's just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And White has got the ball here for Boston. It's a one-point game. Tatum at the 4 with Kata in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the 3. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Clock at 6. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Johnson passes to Gordon. Tatum with a steal. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does his team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Back to you, Brian.
An impact player. Thank you, Allie. Gordon, the pass to Murray. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
The free throw drops from Murray.
You know, I just love the moxie Murray has to his game. He's so fast and supremely confident.
Outside White. Hauser outside. Tatum against Gordon. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Tatum. Boston, no good that time either.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Denver moving it around. Pass to Jokic. Outside Brown. Murray from outside gets the 3 ball to go. And it's a 5-point Denver lead.
Boy, it hasn't mattered what the defense has tried. He has had every counter. What a great night.
Outside Brown. On the wing, Tatum. Fades. That one's true. And that's 9 for 12 for him now.
Now, this is one of the best scorers in the game today. Jason Tatum, we're getting used to performances like this.
You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
Celtics trail by 3. Tatum passes to Hauser. White looking it over. Pass to Brown. Puts up a 3. Gordon pulls it in.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
Murray passes to Brown. White with the steal. Hauser outside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the night right here. First one falls for him. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Denver in the lead. Now Murray. He's got 34. Jokic finds Johnson. Now Jokic. It's tipped. Pulls up. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And it's Murray with the ball for Denver. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Gordon outside. Here's the three. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Gordon's got 8 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And here's Brown for 3. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
Boy, not a big shot there. Jaylen Brown saw the last triple go in, and he had to get one of his own.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Gordon. To the paint. Fires the 3. And Johnson is good for 3. Give him 8 points now.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
To the right side. Outside White. Hauser outside. Pass to White. 5 on the clock. The 3. And it's Denver with a rebound. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Gordon. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Brown's got 5 rebounds in the game. Oh, look at Brown banging inside.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown in pick and roll play. Just gets to his spot and scores it.
Gordon outside. Pass to Jokic. The 3 is up. And stolen by Brown. The kick to Tatum. Four on the clock. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
My goodness, the ability to adjust to defenders all around him makes Jason Tatum special. That's big-time hoops, folks.
Murray passes to Johnson. Back to Murray. Lets the 3 fly. The shot by Johnson, no good. For Boston, they've gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. And here's Brown. 15 points in the game. Hey, Jaylen Brown spikes it through.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
Denver has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Denver moving it around. Tatum against Gordon. Count the basket and the foul. That one on Tatum.
Well, I'll tell you this. He is a relentless scorer at this point, Aaron Gordon. He is not afraid of taking contact.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Vucevic, he's checked in for Cada.
One shot.
That free throw good from Gordon.
Well, I think the things that Aaron Gordon has added to his game, specifically that reliable three-point shot, is a really welcome sign. This guy has an incredible upside.
Now here's Brown. 17 points in the game. Ooh, Jaylen Brown took the hit. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Outside Brown. Now here's Jokic. He has 6. Outside Johnson. And again, it's Denver missing.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Here's Tatum. Buries it down low. And now a 3-point Boston lead.
You like the way Tatum can sliver around to get his shot.
Jokic with a screen on White. Murray passes to Jokic. And again, it's Denver missing. And Brown has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. To the middle. White finds Brown. Now here's Vucevic. The kick to Tatum from outside the arc. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Johnson against Brown. Outside Murray. Tough bucket from Murray.
We've seen Murray raise his game. Part of it is an increase in toughness, the ability to score when it's not simple.
Back to White. Here's Hauser. No good from outside.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Oh, wow!
Incredible!
Oh, powered down with both hands.
Well, easy to see why Aaron Gordon has been in multiple dunk contests. The arsenal, the creativity, limitless.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected cam? Now here's White, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. Tatum against Gordon. Tatum inside.
Oh, my goodness. Jason Tatum, you've got to be kidding me. How pretty was that?
The Nuggets have gone 7 of 13 in the second half. And David Adelman wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
And the Nuggets going with a whole new group out there. And let's turn to the league leaders now and check out which teams are tops in rebounding this season. In the 3rd spot, the Celtics.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
Valanciunas with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Brown. Boston pulls it in. Here's Gonzalez. Yet to see a basket. Tries again. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Oh, he'll wear you down with the way he grinds it out on the offensive glass.
Boston shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Here's Brown. He's got 5. Screen by Watson. Outside, Brown. But to Mark. Gonzalez pulls it in. Celtics lead by 4. Pass to Shireman. Inside. Stolen by Valanciunas. 1:43 left to play in the 3rd quarter here. Brown with a screen. And here's Hardaway, beyond the arc. Connects from downtown. Hardaway's got 6.
Oh, that's money in the bank. Hardaway, terrific off the catch.
Pritchard against Jones. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Hardaway grabs the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Jones from outside. Boston pulls it in. A minute 4 left in the third. Count that bucket. Walsh has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Well, just because he's a center, don't be deceived. Vucevic loves connecting with his teammates. Pretty pass.
Down low. Here's Hardaway. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists tonight.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Pass to Walsh. Now Vucevic. Valanciunas covering. 6 to shoot. Jones against Pritchard. Over Jones. Pritchard, no good. Denver has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. Now Hardaway. Give him 8. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. For the lead. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Boston out in front. They lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. On the court for the Nuggets. They've got Peyton Watson. Tim Hardaway is out there with Murray. Then it's Bruce Brown. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. That puts them in the lead. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Well, how pretty is the shooting form of Hardaway Jr.? This guy is on point.
Tatum against Brown. Now here's Vucevic. Not a lot of room. Oh, it's blocked by Valanciunas. Outside Murray. Back to Valanciunas. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
This guy's been adept at finding ways to finish inside. Jonas Valanciunas doesn't miss many of these chances. Given an opportunity, he'll deliver.
Here's Walsh. Left side Tatum. The shot misses.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Pass to Murray. Here's Watson. Back to Hardaway. He launches it from deep. Here's Valanciunas. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And now it's a 6-point Denver lead.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
Now here's Pritchard. And the call will be against Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. And Denver with a change here, too. Jokic is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Denver leading by 6. And here's Jokic, outside Watson. Outside Hardaway. Jokic the screen. Unloads. Hardaway's shot is good. Hardaway's got 5 points in the quarter.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. On defense, the Nuggets. Pritchard surviving the D. Tatum inside, defended by Watson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
We know that Jason Tatum is a gamer. This guy willing to take punishment on his way to the cup.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
And that one falls for Tatum. Well, Doris, when you look at the skill set Jason Tatum possesses, what specifically makes him such an elite player?
Well, if you're elite, it means you have a multi-dimensional game, and that's Jason Tatum to a T. He came in with a scoring mindset. His playmaking skills have advanced every single season. He also absorbs an enormous weight on the defensive end. This guy is elite for a reason, and it's because it's a well-rounded game.
Now here's Pritchard. 6 on the shot clock. Brown against Hardaway. Jaylen Brown gets it to fall.
Now the clock is dwindling, but Jaylen Brown says, "Don't worry, team, I got this."
Murray passes to Jokic. Kick out to Brown. It's Watson on the wing. Three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 3. Outside Pritchard. Back to Vucevic. Here's Shireman. To tie it up. Rebounded by Denver. Outside Murray. Shoots over Pritchard. Murray's shot is good. Murray's got 38 points.
It presents all sorts of problems when Murray's mid-range game is working. It gets the D scrambling. They got to get a body on him everywhere he goes.
There's Tatum with the 3. On target from range.
Well, after knocking down a couple in the first half, that's his first triple here in the second.
Outside Murray. Denver moving it around. Floats one up. Yep, that one goes. 8 points for Nikola Jokic.
With all the attention that Murray gets, smart by Jamal to dish it on that play.
Here's Shireman. Outside Tatum. Picked by Vucevic. Let's go with a 3. Hauled in by Brown.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Outside Murray. Now here's Jokic. Pass to Hardaway. From downtown, that falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, this is what we talk about, the tale of 2 halves. He has been outstanding out of the break.
Now here's Tatum. Vucevic with it. Back to Tatum. three.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Jokic with a screen on Pritchard. Pass to Brown. Out to the right wing. Lets it go. Jokic, no good. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Now here's Pritchard. Outside Tatum. And finished by Tatum. Wow!
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
For Denver, they've gone 7 for 11 so far in the fourth. And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Some changes for Boston. Kadis checked in for Vucevic. Hauser comes in for Shireman. And it's White in for Pritchard. And then for Denver, Gordon, he's checked in for Watson. Cam Johnson comes in for Brown. And Brown subbed in for Hardaway. Up top, Gordon. Outside Murray. Pass to Jokic. And here's Johnson. Outside Murray. Shot clock at 5. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got rebound number 8 now. Outside Brown. Back to Tatum. To the inside, Tatum. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
How about Jason Tatum with a little pocket pass in the pick and roll? That's nice.
Pass to Jokic. Denver needs to get off a shot. Here's Brown. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Brown, a screen on Gordon. Tatum finds Brown. White for 3. Gordon pulls it in.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Jokic. Jokic is doubled. Murray from outside. Murray from the corner.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Back to White. Pass to Tatum. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. Tatum's got 40 points.
He shot 5 of 6 in a close fourth quarter, giving this team a huge boost when they need him most.
Gordon outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Aaron Gordon in a big moment, unafraid to deliver. How pretty is that?
Outside White. Hauser outside. Here's a pass to Tatum. Owning the post right there.
And this is the definition of a clutch player. He's 6 for 7 in the quarter as they try to pull this game out.
Now Murray. Now Johnson takes a 3. Buries it from outside.
Yeah, just such a tremendous shooter. If Cameron Johnson gets a look from 3, good night.
Here's Kata. Here's a pass to Tatum. Now White. Beyond the arc. Not that time. White against Murray. Here's Gordon. Johnson outside. Shoots a 3. Brown pulls down the board. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Here's a pass to Tatum. There's a minute 34 left in the final quarter. Johnson with the rebound. Denver leading by 3. Gordon outside. Now Murray. Let's loose for 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
And we know Murray can get it done in these big moments. I mean, he can be just fearless.
Tatum against Gordon. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
Man, you can get chills watching Jason Tatum want to deliver in the clutch.
You see why he's one of the guys they want at the line in these situations.
Denver in the lead. Now Jokic. There's 57 seconds left to play in the fourth.
Morphing from second-round pick to superstar. Jokic comes up big for this team night after night.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Trailing by 5. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. It's a 5-point game. It's stolen. 34 seconds left in the game. White! It's money from deep.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Now here's Brown. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Outside Murray. Clock at 6. Outside Gordon. He launches. Money from 3.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And Boston calls time here. 8 seconds left in the final quarter. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
Brown fires! Can't get the 3. So the Nuggets win it. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Nicola, coach has talked about the growth of your leadership. What spurred you to become more vocal?
I just want to help my teammates. I think if they say something, they're going to listen to me. I just want to make them better, so I'm just going to do that.
Well, they're relying on your voice, so keep it up.
All right, thanks, Allie. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's reveal our player of the game, Jamal Murray.